Okay, this is your review session for your test tomorrow. Number one, just want you to take a vector in component form. We have initial point P and terminal point Q. And so you remember how to do component form. It is x2 minus x1 comma y2 minus y1. So that would be, in this case, -1 minus 1. So you make the vector in component form with these pointy brackets. So that would be -1 minus 1 comma -7 minus -6. And so then we're going to simplify that to -2 comma -7 plus 6 would be -1. So -2, -1 would be the answer to number one. So number two says write the vector in component form and as a linear combination. So we had a vector AB where A was -9, 0 and B was -6, 6. So first we have to get it in component form. So that would be -6 minus -9 and 6 minus 0. So we get 3, 6. And then the linear combination, you need to remember that. That's the wording for the I plus J format. So this would be 3I plus 6J. So that's the answer to number 2. Number 3 says, find the magnitude now. So we're looking for magnitude in simplest radical form. So the magnitude, if you remember, is written with 2 lines on either side. And you would say, and it's the square root, if this is A and B, of A squared plus B squared. So for this particular one, that's equal to the square root of 30 squared plus -40 squared. Now you can use your calculator on this test so you can figure it out that way, or I can just know this is 900 plus 1600, which is 2500, which is 5 times 10 of the square root of 5. I'm sorry. Let me back up a little bit. That's 25 times 100, which is 5 times 10, or 50. So the magnitude would be 50. So it says in simplest radical form, but it ended up being a whole number. So you can just ignore it if necessary. So, all right, and let's go on to number 4. Number 4 says, again, find the magnitude in simplest radical form. And you have 2i and 5j, and that just means that A equals 2 and B equals 5. And so we don't have a name of a vector, so we're just going to go ahead and go for it. This would be 4 plus 25, or the square root of 29, which is in simplest radical form.